In this video, we are going to discuss the detailed anatomy of a font. Here you can see the different technical terms associated with the anatomy of font are highlighted using a special color. Here you can see a color highlight referring to the particular technical term. So we will start with the term arm. Arm is an upper horizontal or diagonal stroke that is attached on one end and free on the other. So arm is represented right here. It is an upper horizontal or diagonal stroke that is attached on one end and free on the other. We have ascender right here. Ascender is the part of a lowercase character that extends above the x height. This portion is the ascender, which is the part of a lowercase character that extends above the x height. Here we have bar. Bar is a horizontal stroke in characters like A, H, R, etc. So it's a horizontal stroke in characters. This one is bowl. Bowl is a curved stroke that creates an enclosed space within a character. So here we can see a curved stroke is creating an enclosed space within a character. So that curved stroke is called bowl. And we have counter here. Counter is the enclosed space within a character. The partial or fully enclosed space within a character is called counter. Bowl is the curved strokes that create an enclosed space, and the enclosed space is called counter. And we have descender right here, which is the portion just below, or it's a part of character that descends below the baseline. And ear corresponds to the small stroke that projects from the top of a lowercase letter like G. Cap height is the height of capital letters from the baseline to the top of caps. Here we can see the cap height here. It's the height of capital letters from the baseline to the top of caps. And we have a term called link right here. Link is a particular stroke that connects the top and bottom part of a two-story lowercase. Here we have a top part and bottom part of a particular character. So a link is a portion, it's a stroke that connects the top and bottom part of that two-storied or two-part lowercase letter. And we have a serif here. Serif are projection extending off the main strokes of the characters. So some letters which are not having serif will be called sans serif. And we have a term called shoulder right here. Shoulder is the curved stroke of letters like H, M or N. It's a curved stroke of characters like H, M or N. Spine corresponds to the main curved stroke of the letter S. Here we can see a main curved stroke of the letter, which is called spine. Spur is a small projection of a main stroke found on capital letter like G. Spur is a small projection which is represented like this from a main letter like G. And we have a term called stem right here. Stem is a straight vertical stroke or main straight diagonal stroke in a letter that has no other verticals. So it's a straight vertical stroke like this one. And we have a term called stress here. Stress corresponds to the direction of thickening in a curved stroke. This is a curved stroke, and here we can see this term called stress is the direction of thickening in a curved stroke. And stroke is a straight or a curved line. Swash corresponds to a decorative flourish replacing a terminal or serif. Here we can see a particular portion projected like this. This is a decorative flourish replacing a terminal or serif. A terminal is the end of a stroke which is not terminated with a serif. We have already seen what is serif. So terminal refers to the end of a stroke which is not terminated with a serif. So swash corresponds to a decorative flourish. Here is a decorative appearance, a decorative projection from the letter which is replacing a terminal or a serif. Here instead of using a serif or a terminal which is the end of a stroke which is not terminated with a serif. So here a decorative projection is just represented like this. It's called a swash. And we have a term called tail. Tail is a descender of a character like Q or a short diagonal stroke of a letter like R. It's called a tail. Here we can see it's a descender of a letter like Q. And the term terminal is explained earlier. It's the end of a stroke which is not terminated with a serif. And we have the X height here, which is the height of lowercase letters, usually based on the lowercase letter like X. So we have discussed various jargons or technical terms associated with the anatomy of a font. Thank you.